All right, part 2. So now, last thing I did was clicking on the Science Fusion Teacher Access Grade 5. It opened a new window right here. So here, like we saw the other day, is where you usually would find your Smartboard lessons and things like that. But there is also a possibility to assign student activities. So let's pick a unit. For example, the oceans one we were on. So you can literally here pick the lesson. But if you pick the lesson this way on the left side, lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, it is something you'll be able to play for everybody at the same time, kind of. What we're talking about is assigning to students. So you want to go to the right side where it says unit level resources. And there you can use, of course, the assessments. But really, the thing that you can assign to students in a playlist for personalized learning are unit student resources. So we're going to click here. This window now gives you the option to assign and even schedule if you wanted to come out at a certain time. So let's assign. So we could assign the student edition. So let me go back through the step. We could do the whole unit 11, or I believe we could also do lesson 1. So I selected lesson 1 on the left. It's green. And then here, let's see if I do lesson student resources. There you go. These resources would be what you can assign to students in relation to lesson 1. So I'm going to select everything. So I'm checking the boxes and then clicking on A. Then it looks like nothing is happening, which tricked me the first time. But do you remember how I have 2 tabs open on the top? If I go to the tab on the left, the last ThinkCentral tab I was on, oh, it changed. I know it's a little weird. But now here, it's making an assignment for me. So let's give it a name. Ocean Intro. Do all the activities below. And then you can see that it had already put together different links for a playlist of activity. And it looks like what we looked at together the other day. And so it's all good to go. Now I would just select a class. The subject being, of course, science. It says select a group because once you selected a class, you can select subgroups if you want it. But right now you have none. And then once you have your class complete, you'll see all the students here, which, by the way, will also give you the ability, if you want, to not give it to everybody, because you can add them all, or you could just add some of the students. Let's say if you had 5 students that you didn't think were ready for this and wanted to work with you, then you wouldn't assign it to everybody. The date and a few details, and you'll be good to go. Once all the details are completed at the bottom, you can hit save, and your assignments will be ready. And the students can access this by logging into their account. So let's go back to what we did. We selected a lesson. Then on the right side, we selected lesson student resources, and then we were able from there to assign. Now, if you didn't want to select a lesson, I'm pretty sure you could also work with a whole unit. And so if I do unit student resources, then I'm going to have the whole shebang. Okay? So that's it for assigning resources this way. So try to make a playlist of resources this way. And then one thing you would have to do on your own is having some classes created. And then, of course, checking with Athra about how students log in so that we can start looking at this together next time. Okay? Hope that will help. Take care. Have a good week.